Nah, they don't suspect a thing. They gave me all the money. Yeah, I saved some of it, but yeah, the plan's good. I gotta call you back. Salam alaikum. This one goes out to all the gangsters and hustlers, because now we're on the letter G. Gangster, well of course you think of gangster, you think of a real G, some gang shit, because G's are we. Black men always find their names synonymous with gangsters. But did that start with us, or do we just do what everybody else does but we make it cooler? Haven't you noticed that Chicago had Al Capone way before BDs and GDs, New York had the Mafia way before it had New York drillers, and the UK had the Craze and Football Factory way before they had black gangs too. So, we're not the only gangsters, we just make the best gangster music. But really and truly, if it's G, it can only be for one thing, God. Don't we black people put God first? But what and who is the God of black people? Yahweh, Allah? Is this the God of black people? I'm not too sure. I see Indian gods that are blue with 6 arms. Can I not get a God with an afro? So, if you're a black person out there looking for a deity to worship, here's a few suggestions. Osiris, the god in Kemetic culture. Horus, just like the equivalent of Jesus, but he got a falcon head, which is much cooler. Oyo, the goddess of winds and hurricanes. Ogun, god of labor and iron, politics, technology. Isis, the mother goddess of the universe and the sky. Ocean, the goddess of fresh waters. And Baron Samedi from the voodoo religion. Now, he ain't a god, but he's a spirit. But if white people can worship the devil and L. Ron Hubbard, we can have Baron Samedi, goddammit! Sorry, I shouldn't have said the Lord's name in vain. But at the end of the day, we are a God-blessed people. Which brings us very nicely on to the letter H. Some of you will, like me, will pronounce it H. Some of you will use the other pronunciation, which goes, I don't care, it's incorrect. Anyway, H can also mean H because a lot of Caribbean people tend to add H to anything with a vowel. For example, innuendo, everybody, interference, idiot, hactar, as well as homophobia, which is the way you pronounce it anyway. Now, a lot of the time people say black people are homophobic, but I know all the acronyms, LGBT, IQAD. The D is for Dane sexual, because being with me, ladies, that's not just a decision, that's a lifestyle. You gotta be born that way. H is also for Hennessy, or as we like to call it, Hood Evian, or Real G Water. But I have chosen for our H to be holidays. I had to put it in there because normally, as a black person, when you tell people you're gonna go visit family at home in the Caribbean, they go, oh, the Caribbean? You lucky devil, feeling hot, hot, hot. Can I just say, when we go and visit our family in the Caribbean or back on a continent, it's not a holiday. It's the same as going to see your family in Wales or Delaware. You still have to do the same things as the rest of your family, and if you get hit, there's no child line. Holidays are difficult for people of color. You can't just go anywhere. A lot of destinations aren't as rustic and safe for black folk, such as driving through Middle America, being black in Russia, Australia's outback, being black and LGBT in Russia. Basically anywhere with a system built or dependent on capitalism means we gotta check before we pick destinations. Also, on the subject of in-flight security, how the hell is a black person to get through security with 25 milliliters of moisturizer? Why do we look suspicious when we're coming back? Because I've only got 1 day of moisturizer for a dirty weekend. That's why my skin looks crusty, security. If I had beard oil, I wouldn't look like Osama bin Laden or bin not creaming. At the end of the day, all black people deserve a holiday, or as I like to call it, a Caucasian, just to take a break from all of the racial oppression. Lord knows you deserve it. This needs some irrigation. Speaking of which, we now move on to the letter I, which is for irrigation. This is dry. And also for incredible, because what is more incredible than the triumph over adversity that has been the journey of black people throughout history? Nothing more incredible than that. Not only that, the jungle tune, that's always vibes. Select that. Shout out General Levy. I can't do the thing, you get it. I is also for influencer, or rich people with big titties or rich parents. Clout is killing our people. Don't let one person influence you just because they got big breasts or a big car. I is also for ITAL. That's veganism popularized by the Rastafarian community. That's right, black people and Asians too have been enjoying a plant-based diet way before Gwyneth Paltrow. But in this particular instance, I is for intelligence. Normally, when it comes to intelligence, the image conjured up is white guys in bow ties spreading eugenic lies. But pop culture teaches black people that intelligence is something not to be embraced. So we are taught to celebrate friends leaving prison, but not leaving university. We praise people that are smart enough to leave the streets, but not people that are smart enough to not get involved in the streets in the first place. At the end of the day, for many years, it was illegal for us to read, and we've come in leaps and bounds to be some of the most intelligent people on earth. Like for example, young Cash Quest of Los Angeles, 2 years old and a member of Mensa. Peter and Paul are 2 young Nigerian kids who are the youngest people to ever pass Cambridge's math exam. And finally, Raymani Wilfred, a young British Nigerian teenager who has a higher IQ than Albert Einstein himself and Stephen Hawking. So therefore, intelligence comes very natural to black people. And maybe that's why we see the emergence of another I, indigo children, who are supposed to be gifted children that represent evolved humanity. Indigo, you say? Well, how many times as a dark-skinned person you been told, you so black, you blue? Sounds pretty indigo to me. Now we're going to J, and we ain't got no time to waste. J is for justice, because if we don't get it, then you get no peace. Because in the time it took for us to film this, I'd have been 6 times more likely to be stopped, searched, and convicted for a crime I didn't commit. Not only that, since 1996 and the discovery of DNA forensic testing, more than 300 innocent black men have been exonerated from death row. That's because before DNA stood for default Negro accusation. But I'm telling you now, a year and a month ain't gonna do it. So we don't want Juneteenth. We want equality, equity, and opportunity in industry, academics, law enforcement, politics, and institutions that serve my people. Reparations and compensation. Don't want to do it? Fine. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. You don't like it? Suck a bag of dicks. If you do like it, join us on the next episode. Thanks for watching, y'all. Please remember to click, like, share, and subscribe, and just to be a happy person while watching these videos. Enjoy yourself or be miserable. I can't control you from this side.